inside the Heraklion Arena here in Crete, Greece, as we are 10 minutes away from the bronze medal game of the FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup of 2019. Lithuania and France, two of the powerhouses of European basketball, both came here with aspirations of a gold medal, but they will be fighting for the bronze medal after the losses in yesterday's semi-final. Both teams returning to the benches, and we will get a chance to get into individual player introductions after we've had a look at the schedule of today's games. Which will be coming up shortly. So, Lloyd Gardner with me again. We'll get the schedule shortly, I'm sure. But here it is. Lithuania and France, 6 o'clock local time. It's been a steamy hot day. I expect this one to be hot as well. And then the gold medal game, the United States of America and Mali. Lithuania and France, two different semi-finals yesterday. Obviously, France, you would say, probably a heartbreak loss. Lithuania came up against the juggernaut of the United States of America.
Yeah, I think that the psychological battle of coming into this one's going to be really interesting. You know, the Lithuanians went through into their semi-final, facing off against the overwhelming favourites, the US, yesterday. You know, they will come into this one without any kind of disappointment whatsoever of not getting through to the final. They scrapped and fought for whatever they could. Lithuania, a real physical encounter, really took the game to the Americans as much as they can. And then on the other side, you've got this French team, which, you know, must be disappointed to not get through against Mali. You know, for everything Lithuania did in terms of the fight, the desire, the hunger, you know, I thought that was what was missing from the French performance yesterday.
Well, if they come up short with the fight and the hunger, then there's no worse opponent than Lithuania, who play every single game as though their lives depend on it. French coaching staff just in the huddle before they're going to get into the introductions of this Lithuanian team. Have won this title once before in 2011, being led by Jonas on that occasion. And they are not going to want to leave here empty-handed. Their three-point shooting has been a joy for the fans here.
Absolutely, Mark. Yeah, nail on the head. The number one three-point shooting team in the tournament. I said yesterday, against Americans, you've got to play the perfect game, pretty much. Lithuania weren't able to do that. They got through the war against Serbia the night before. A real physical encounter that went to overtime in the last game of the day. And yesterday, it wasn't perfect from them. They shot 37% for three on the tournament, just 31% for three yesterday. And that was a big key, that the turnovers as to why they lost.
Okay, we'll be back to talk about this more after the national anthems of both teams, and we will start with the French national anthem.
National anthems of teams. France.
The national anthem of Lithuania. of a World Cup medal game, and that's a big deal for these young men. These
from 3.
Well, I think that's a huge ask, huge factor in the game, as you point out. Can he stay in the game? If he does, he really does give them enough size, and he gives them that, as you say, that three-point threat. So both teams return to the benches. The bronze medal game of the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup in 2019, just moments away.
A couple of things to look out for in this game, Mark. We mentioned the three-point shooting. Lithuania are going to have to shoot it well. I think the other thing, you know, two keys really. Lithuania have got to look after the ball. There are too many turnovers yesterday against the Americans, and this French team is in similar mold when they want to. They can press, they can be aggressive, and then also the rebounding battle. France was sensational on the glass yesterday. That's a big change for Lithuania today. They've got to control their defensive glass.
Well, there's always a good travelling contingent of French fans wherever they are playing in the world. Big day for French basketball, a bronze medal game here and a gold medal game in the Eurobasket women. So the already incredibly high status of French basketball can be enhanced even further. So starting lineups making their way out onto the floor. Well, Lithuania already downed one of the major powerhouses of European basketball in Serbia in the quarterfinal. Now they're going to take on a French team that they would see regularly in European competition at all age groups. So the rivalry's there, the quality's there, and the prize, a bronze medal, is definitely there. So welcome everybody to Heraklion Arena on the island of Crete. The bronze medal game here. France in the blue and Lithuania in the white. And we're away, and France will get the first look at the offensive end. March will get them into the half court. I think tempo's a key here. Lloyd, great pass, the easy two, and that's the way, straight down the gut of the defense. And France get big time finish, first play.
Yeah, great start for the French. Again, it's that man, Ayayi, pulling all the strings. He looked tired yesterday, I thought, after carrying them in the quarterfinals.
Penetrate with the left hand, the 2 is no good. Ayayi, as you say, is active, comes up with the defensive rebound. Looks to push, no one really stops, so he'll penetrate. Chopin has it, puts it on the floor. Goes inside again with a bounce pass, the turnaround jump shot is short. And Jokubaitis will take the early ball screen. Thinks about wrapping it, but needs to pass, goes to the corner. Could have stepped in, he goes baseline, and he's blocked. And France have started with a lot of energy here.
Well, it was this energy yesterday. I think maybe this is the response. They should have, the way they should have played yesterday.
Dumont wants the ball screen, gets the ball screen, but doesn't really attack off of it. Now he will, into the lane and kick. Pass outside, has to take the 3 deep on the clock, hits nothing, and Lithuania will secure. They show hard and trap off the screen, needs a pass. Should be someone open, and there was, but it took an eternity to get it there. Olauskas was open, but the dribble just killed the opportunity. Drops inside, another block. This just goes up with a right hand, this time out wide. You've got to credit him for staying with the play. But you've also got to make a statement here. France trying to play big time energy early in the first.
Yeah, well, a good start from both teams, I think. That's what we expect from Lithuania. Venskus, maybe not the athletes of this French front line, but the desire, the second effort, very important.
Venskus completes the 3-point play.
It was a tired fourth quarter from Lithuania yesterday. That's the one concern for them. If France come out, play with this energy, can they win this game early?
Well, another offensive rebound. Now he gets his own. Wants the bump on the drive, and there was some contact, but not really sure from here who initiated it. Trikas will move it on. Jokubaitis, again, they're going to trap off that, find the open player, the open 3. Is short. Venskus is on the glass, and France have a chance to run. No one really commits to the break, but Dumont gets it, just about hangs on. Inside. The help comes, open 3 in the corner. That's the 3, is good. Something that France failed to do yesterday, which is move away from the basketball. It's already evident that they've tried and learned from that.
Slow, wasn't it? They were trying to control tempo, they just never could.
Wraps it around. Open 3 is short. Offensive rebound by Olauskas, and Jokubaitis will reset.
Jokubaitis is so often the key offensively to this Lithuanian team. Scoring or providing, but on that occasion he picked up the dribble. Dumont shred it.
Pass, and they get the foul, but he's going to have to go to the line. He'll go to the free throw line, and it's quite the point you make. They ended the game tired, and against this trap in particular, there's not a lot of options. They really look a little leggy here.
Yeah, I mean, Jokubaitis came off a couple of screens, picked it up, expecting to find somebody open. Chopin, as you said, rather than Dumont should have got the steal, credit to him, because it was a good defensive play. And we said this a lot yesterday, Lithuania weren't bad, but just France just better right now. France really look ready for this game. They look switched on, they look focused on the defensive end.
Well, the first of the free throws is not good. It's a friendly roll off the ring to go 1 for 2 on that trip to the line. And France would have looked at that game yesterday and will try and pressure Lithuania all over the floor. Olauskas will hand it off. France will switch the screen and move it on. Trikas goes to the inside and kicks. Olauskas baseline penetration. Drops it inside, but straight through the legs, and a chance on the break. Yeah, behind the back, looks sweet, but mishandles, and will turn the ball over.
How did we see Ayayi at that speed yesterday? With purpose, coming out the basket. We kind of need to stop saying, what we didn't see from France yesterday, but it was almost a frustrating performance from them, because you know what they have when they're playing with this energy. And
they show that trap again, and they rotate well out of it, which is the most important thing. And again, the pressure and the timing offensively is not there for Lithuania. And I think they're doing exactly the right thing, France here, taking Lithuania out of any rhythm. Screens away from the basketball. Chopaz comes inside, then reverses, and there's a little bit of football. And France will control the basketball with a 14-second reset. And not surprisingly, Lithuania take the timeout. 5:53 to go in the first quarter, and they trail 8-3.
Well, right now, France just look better in every aspect of the game. They look like they've got more desire. They look like they're quicker. They look like, you know, they can always get there with the next.
World, I've been watching you.
Goodness gracious!
Brazil, Beleza. Spain, you got one. Is that enough? That's what I thought. Make up. Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France, I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Joe Chi continues to get the fans.
And all of you, FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, it's up.
What's going on? And he will control the ball on the sideline. So important. Lithuania need to make that change and make it right now. Ayayi on the ball reversal. Hard show and recover is Lithuania's way of dealing with the pick and roll. Dimons tries to create an angle off the glass, doesn't. Tries to get his own rebound, and while he didn't do it, you still like the fact that France are so active on the glass.
Yeah, and a decent shot for him as well.
Laukas, the open man, the extra pass, which is all they have to do to create an open opportunity. Then they have to back themselves to make the three.
Yeah, the foot was on the line, only given as a 2, but much better from Lithuania. Almost expected to press that time.
Oh, too easy down the middle for A. He just literally laid it up like a drill.
The defense just completely fell apart, didn't it? One man ice in the ball screen, sending him to his left hand, the other man nowhere to be found.
Same play, they make the extra pass again. Better rotation by France this time. Everybody's to the corner. Trikas for 3 is off. He's had 2 looks, whereas yesterday and the day before, he was just filling it up. Ayayi again, coast to coast for the easy 2.
You can't let Joel Ayayi get going on layups because he's such a good shooter. He's so smooth from beyond the 3-point line.
Pass. Alakis goes up and he's fouled, and he had to go strong because it was really challenged, that shot.
Yeah, so yeah, he just pushes his man out the way, a couple of easy steps, and he's just doing a wide open layup.
Again, I still like the fact with this French team, even though Alakis gets to the free throw line. Yesterday, that would have been an easy 2.
Yeah.
With no recovery, no attempt to challenge. This French team is a step faster today.
The only guy that did do any sort of challenge yesterday, Kenny Baptiste, has just checked in for the first time for France. So hopefully he can add what he did yesterday to a very impressive start to France.
Well, he almost carried his team, dragged them back into contention yesterday. Alakis on the free throw line. Goes over and comes up tempted. Babenskis gets the rebound, goes up through the traffic, can't force his way up. And perhaps, possibly could have kicked it out if he couldn't give himself an angle. Foul in transition. Ayayi gets another positive stat as he draws a foul. And substitutions for France as Yobo steps to the bench. And Leopold, who has been their leading rebounder across the tournament, checks in. Ayayi finds himself, oh, nice little hesitation in the lane for 2. Somehow manufactures a shot. What a finish. Wow.
Well, is it the Lithuanian defense in comparison to the Mali defense, or is it Joel Ayayi just, you know, being a different guy out there today? The game in single digits in this tournament was yesterday in the semi-final.
Well, it just goes up, and again, his shot is challenged. Great off work on the glass, though. Babenskis is in his own way, really, just keeping it ticking over enough for Lithuania.
Has 5 of their 7.
Again, straightforward penetration. It's Dimon's turn. This goes straight down the lane.
I'm not sure if you could see Coach Petrauskas on that far sideline. He just put his arms out to his side as if to say, what is going on? You know, just straight line drives over and over again.
Well, Coach Pay's trying to get into play. Almost comes up with a steal himself. He's going to get a much-deserved blow on that bench.
Right now is outscoring the whole of the Lithuanian team on his own.
Little kick, this goes with a short two, wasn't really set, whistle on the play, and I think that's a real effort on the offensive glass. It's been rewarded as Yaron Balkas just attacked the offensive ball. No box out, so there was the hold. Balkas will sit. Just did a great job moving early, and then gets a little push. Lithuania out of bounds. They go long. This will relieve the pressure. Wide open look in the corner is way short. Straight off the bench. Ramanauskas hadn't kept that hand warm while he was sitting there, which is tough in these conditions because it is warm today. Again, ball screen action. Monch turns the corner, does the lift. It's like almost loses that. I'm not sure he was blocked. I think he almost lost control of it on the way up. Lithuania get the stop. Nice extra pass, and he should have gone straight up. But wait for the defense. He draws the foul, but he had the straightforward two. And we'll have to earn them from the free throw line as Jaron Balkas again gets a positive stat. Balkas sits, and he's deserved that because he has put in a shift on the glass already.
It's almost as though they've got a bit more comfort now, Lithuania, offensively. That it was as though the pressure, the energy from France shocked them in those first few minutes. Now they're expecting the trap, they're expecting the aggression of this French team, and they're using it against them. We've seen it a couple of times, good ball movement leading to open shots, but you know, the thing we said about the three-point shooting and how important that is for France, for Lithuania, still looking for their first make from on the three-point line.
Jaron Balkas, having made the first, makes the second, and the scoreboard begins to tick over for Lithuania. And Lobino has checked in for France. Ayayi's back. Baptiste has it, looks inside. And this is more like France of yesterday, standing around, and Ayayi has to settle for the long three. The backcourt is not his friend on that occasion. Barbados needs a pass, finds one down low. Oh, somehow it comes off. Well, I thought it came off the defense, but no, turnover.
Didn't need the dribble though, did he?
No, not at all.
Called it and dribbled it. When he had the open man on the three-point line, he's got to move the ball against pressure.
And Lobino, and this isn't a criticism of him, but since he's come into the game and they've made substitutions, although they get the wide open jump shot from the foul line, France look a little too, let's just say, call for school time. They're very passive all of a sudden. And Lithuania having nowhere near as many issues. Barbados with the baseline jump shot, doesn't get the roll. Defensive rebound is pulled in by Leopold. And well, here's the difference, though. That would normally, in the first few minutes, would have been a real push and see what they get. Now they're almost happy to settle into the half court.
Absolutely. I think the Lithuanian defense has been better. You see there, in the first quarter, that was a kick out to the open man for a three. Now, they're the aggressor. They're the ones making plays.
Barbados wraps the pass for the easy two. And you can see the issue, whereas everyone rotated before, Baptiste just stood and watched the play develop.
Very fast start for France. You wonder whether they're going to get a full sense of security, a full sense of confidence. Because as you said, Mark, now look how slow it is. Everybody just standing around and watching.
Same high post entry, Baptiste. And someone's going to have to make a move now. Earlier in the game, France were being aggressive. Ayayi has it knocked away because they're standing still earlier. 3-on-2 break. This goes up off the glass and one. Chance to make this a 2-point game. And not too long ago, we were talking about how impressive France had been, and they have just almost Well, it almost looks like they thought the game was over.
Yeah, it's just a completely different team, isn't it? You know, both sides of the coin, really. Lithuania look a different team. They're now playing with that purpose. They're being aggressive. They're making action happen on defense. They're getting Jokubaitis involved. Even though this is his first score, you know, he's been a bit more of a playmaker for them. But in the first couple of minutes, everything was about France. France dominated him. They dominated the glass. They were the aggressor on defense, on offense. But the tempo has just gone out of the game for them.
3-point game, last 30 seconds of quarter one. Robinho again, they'll back it out. They've got the post up on the inside. The help comes. They've turned away from the help. The extra pass. Baptiste, the rotation is good, but Baptiste manufactures a tough little baseline floater.
Much better from France. Really good ball movement against the double team. And Baptiste was so good yesterday. His first two.
Gavaris holding. 8 seconds on the quarter. Makes the pass. He's almost out of bounds and he can't get it to drop. That is a rebound. Great effort on the glass by Lithuania. And the last play pretty much sums up the way Lithuania have dragged themselves back into contention. Much better effort on the glass, in particular on that last play. But France, after a really purposeful start, much more activity, much more aggression, lead the bronze medal game 18-13.
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams.
His eye on some shot drops.
And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece, it's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun? Serbia, still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you get some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, you took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
France, you thought, had established the way the game was going to go. Sort of went to sleep. Lithuania came to life, and it's right back at it, really. So Joel Yai is so good in these early stages. He was aggressive with the ball. He moved. He played without it in his hands as well, which is, I think, is a big key to him. Lithuania looking shocked at the pressure and the aggression of the French team. But then Lithuania recovered. They found their rhythm. France seemed to lose theirs. So even with a lead here for France, I think there's still a long time to go in this one.
Benskus was the man for Lithuania. He really kept them in it when they were struggling. And Lithuania will start with the ball at the start of the second quarter. And Vilis, who's been very impressive in the quarterfinal and semi-final phases, joins the action. Well, the pass would have been better. It would have been a much easier finish, but he did a great job finishing the play. Dimitrakis almost had to pick it up off his ankles.
Incredible finish on the reverse as well. Really good body control.
Yai, Lithuanian defense a little bit more active. CC on the left hand goes inside, leans in, and he's short. And almost kept it alive, but Lithuania dodged that bullet. Down 3 with the basketball early in this second quarter. And just that aspect of the game, it was just a simple cut to relieve the pressure, whereas in the first parts of the game, France was making even the inbound pass very difficult.
Absolutely, they got that from the Americans. They came out after, you know, the talk before the game really fired up. Just lost that.
Well, 2 goes of begging for Lithuania down the middle as Romanauskas wasn't really sure if he was going to shoot it or pass it. Ayayi, as Lithuania switched the defense. So it looks like he's going to settle for the jump shot, which he does. And Great work, Baptiste. They keep it alive, Lithuania. And again, the difference, Lithuania now just outworking France. Vilis attacks the space, doesn't like what he sees, and comes back out. It just is fouled because Baptiste's pressure was late. And Baptiste is going to have to sit as he picks up foul number 2. That last play by Ayayi, Lloyd, almost encapsulates, and he encapsulates the French team, doesn't he? Because that was just a settle for a jump shot.
It was so often he is this French team on offense. Great move from Villiers. I've loved him this time, and he's done a great job. But absolutely, it sums up, I think, the French offense. When it works well, Ayayi is in movement. You know, he's coming off action, he's getting the ball in his hands with that little head start. When they're not at their best, everybody's standing around, they're looking to Ayayi, and he just waits until someone passes him the ball before he comes to life. And, you know, what that means is then everybody else has to stand around and wait for him. And that means, you know, there's not this cooperation between players. They're not working as a unit. It's 1 against 1 or 1 against 3 or 4 guys when Ayayi has the ball. And that's obviously a lot easier for the defense to handle when they're playing just him on offense rather than all 5 of the French team.
Well, Villiers only makes 1 of the 2, so we've got a 2-point game. We're on back in the game. Looks at these baseline options. Ayayi cuts, as you say, moved off the ball. I'm not even sure the pass was for him. This into the half court. Robino will reach. And sooner or later, the official will call that foul. Tlikas thought about the 3, now goes strong with the left hand, leans away. Great defensive effort, just took him out of the drive lane that he was looking for. And whistle on the play. And France back with Iom and Yovo in the inside, and they looked well, they looked better at the early part of the game with those 2.
Yeah, I think I've been impressed with Doso Yovo. I think he's done a good job this tournament. He's that big that can stretch a little for them, especially out to mid-range.
Lobino continues at the point. Ayayi penetrates, but it was cut off. Good decision to go inside. Ball's out of bounds. I think they were a little unlucky with that because it looked like there was a fair amount of contact that bounced him off the dribble, but right in front of the official, who's much closer than we are. Whistle away from the basketball. Offensive foul is called as Jeroen Bauskas was thinking about lining up a 3 attempt. And Villiers picks up his first personal. Game has lost that initial intensity. It looks like an end of tournament game, even though it's a bronze medal game. Ayayi penetrates, nice find, wide open 3 is short. Big time rebound by Vicious, and Villiers feels the double team, needs a pass, and that was knocked away. Now someone's wide open, they just have to find the open man. Here he is. And it's Venskus who goes to work. Baseline was open, he didn't take it. Nice pass, really nice cut, but again, the French weak side defense just stood and was completely unaware of what was happening around them. And things in Romano are controlled, but sometimes maybe a little slow. This penetrates, kisses the glass, and gets the soft drop.
Possession, it was slow, absolutely, but you know, worked with purpose. Really good execution on that high pick and roll.
This into the half court will enter. Oh, great read. Ayayi's son all of a sudden woke up again. Fouled on the way up, gets the drop and 1.
Incredible. I mean, we've been kind of critical of him these last few minutes, but then you look up at the scoreboard. Now he's got what, 10 points personal, already into double figures. Half, or sorry, 12, so he has half the points for France. He's just so important to their offense, though. When he moves, they move.
So 6:16 of this second quarter remain. And the last minute or so, France seem to have re-established that much more aggressive up-tempo offensive style that they started the game with. And many of us would love to see them do that a lot more often. Jokubaitis will return and gets the ball in his hands again. Fields the double team, makes the pass. They pass it out of the trap. Good rotation. Particularly good rotation by France. They really did rotate and pick up the open man. Lithuania ball movement to the corner as the shot is off. Venskus again on the glass, needs a pass, or will he go up? Inside out, they line up the three. Matrikas can't buy one today. He's had 4 looks.
Percentage-wise, he hasn't had a great tournament. You know, he's down to 27-28%. It's just the last couple of days in those knockout games. He was absolutely lights out.
Yayi, well, he missed it. He moved well. He just blew the layup.
Over-helping from Lithuania. They rushed to try and take away the drive, leaving Yayi far too open.
Alauskas for 3 is short. Great work on the glass. Powers back up, but blocked and just towed the line.
Good work from Alauskas, but he's got to recognise that there's 3 French guys in front of him, sort of queuing up to try and stop him to gang up. Behind him, he had open shooters. He had to do a little reverse pivot. Someone had been wide open to take the 3.
11 seconds on the possession. Romanowskis gets it back to Jokubaitis. They skip it. Alauskas wide open for 3 is short. Venskus is pretty close to, if he carries on like this, it's going to be a career night on the glass. He's just immense at the moment. He's fouled. That's,
sorry, Mark.
No, go on.
He's already had a great game. Forget just on the glass. 5 points, 8 rebounds. We're only 15 minutes in.
And Lithuania are beginning to get the open looks. It's just very uncharacteristically, just can't make a 3. Flikas goes up. If you can't go outside, take it inside. He gets the 2.
This is a team which is shooting, you know, far off 40% for 3. 0 of 8 Lithuania right now.
Credit some of that on the way that the French have decided to trap and scramble. Dimanche will find the open man in the corner who never looked at the ring. Yayi decides to put the 3 up. He's long, and there's a whistle on the play. And I'm not really, they're going to call this one. It's a holding foul. Jokubaitis has picked up that one. Yep, second foul for him. That's not a good number for Lithuania. France on the end line will inbound. Bus is back in. Yayi looks at it, just moves it on. Inside touch. Yayi baseline, leans back with an extravagant 2 at the bottom of the shot clock, and just hits nothing but the bottom of the string.
A low shot clock. He comes off a ball screen. So often in that situation, we see people switch with an under 5 on the clock, and I think that's probably the tactic. Yayi has got 15 points personal. Surely he is not the man you let shoot.
Alauskas will kick. Just for 3, cannot get it to go. He won't stop shooting it, but the only good point for Lithuania is that they just haven't made a 3, but they still only trail 7. We've got a whistle, and they're going to give up the 3 free throws. And if that's on Jokubaitis, and they're going to take the timeout, Lithuania, that's a huge call on a poor defensive decision. And Lithuania are now trying to get back into this game without their most effective player.
So another look, yeah, just not a lot in it, but he jumped so far forward to try and challenge the shot. It's the right call. They don't need to worry. They got over that really poor start for them. They've got themselves back into the game. They have to continue to play on the defensive end. They have to have that trust, that faith, that they will start to knock these threes down, that the percentage will reset itself back to where it's been through this tournament.
And that's with a senior team. In Lithuania, you would expect that, wouldn't you? That's the way they play. Shooting it And it is the way they've learned to play the game, but you're a young guy playing in a bronze medal game, and at some point you'll be, should I take it? Michlikis doesn't seem to react that way. He's going to fire it up whenever he gets the chance. And you just hope that they stay with this, because statistically wise, as you say, they're going to start to make those.
Well, we saw it yesterday with the way Lithuania played against the Americans. They just made the three-point shot a really mental challenge for the Americans. They just gave them the shot whenever they wanted. They refused to guard them on the three-point line, and the Americans really struggled with being so open. It's a very similar thing here. Lithuanians have to forget what's gone before. They have to know how good they are at shooting the ball and know that if they get a good look, it's the right shot, whether it goes in or not.
So the first two are good, maximizing the benefit of the free throw. That's to make it a 10-point game. And they don't get the roll. Chepes hunts it, does a great job working for it, but can't quite get it, but he's deflected it out of bounds, and huge effort by the guard. So they're gonna have to dry the floor before we'll get underway. France up the floor again, trying to change the tempo, going into the half. Ulis has it, he moves it on. Alauskas looks down low, will give it down low.
This might be where they go to create some offense without the Occupidus on the floor. It's not a bad tactic to get it into Venskus.
Good move by Venskus as well. He's not going to be rewarded with the free throw, I don't think. It's on the sideline, ironically. Not sure why. Vidis will inbound the basketball. Look at that, it just slices through the trap that was coming. Viliaslak fires up the three. Great chase down by Yaya. He really did contest. And the bounce pass is collected, but it was a little, in fact, he did well really to control it. Dimanche has it outside the three-point line. To turn the corner, going to have to call that, and there'll be free throws for France. And after stopping the initial threat, no real need for the foul in that situation, but Lauskas didn't move his feet. And how much, we're at the end of this tournament, those sorts of plays, it purely is that you can always put it down to the tiredness factor.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long slog for all of these players that they've gone through, but as we repeatedly say, this is a medal game, Mark. You've got to forget how tired you are, you've got to get out there, and it's a mental fatigue as much as anything, and that can be overcome.
Well, you have your summer off after this, aren't you? What are you going to do? You're going to go home and go, oh, I felt all right, but couldn't quite do it. You're going to need to leave every ounce of energy out on the floor. France really starting to turn the screw here a little bit. The pressure without Occupidus in the game, even though he wasn't at his best. Lithuania were pretty secure with the basketball. Unikis, who's really got to put a shift in, got to be secure with the basketball. Looks to go inside, but they've taken Venskus right off the post. He goes to the middle, right hand down the middle, he's fouled. And you've got to love the way he's taken the responsibility for his team here.
Trying to feed him, aren't they? Knowing that they haven't got that perimeter kind of creativity without Occupidus, and what he's also done is drawn his second foul against Ajayi, who didn't like the call, but he's had to go to the bench, and a man who's got half the points right now for France, that's the best way to slow him down.
Venskus on the free throw line needs to make these now, because this 11-point margin, Lithuania have only scored the 20, and while we keep saying that their three-point threat will begin to be more effective, they can't dig such a huge hole that's not going to be effective. Somehow they got the offensive rebound, and France just stopped playing. Venskus again has it. They're going to call that offensive, and Venskus looks at the official, looks at the wrong official. He didn't make the call. Let's take a look. Yep, great stance, took the whole contact on his chest. Venskus picks up the personal. his first foul, so no real issue to worry about. The issue to worry about is 20 points.
Yeah, Lithuania need a little bit of a run here just to get some confidence into that second half, but that's not going to do it. It's a weak foul. And you've got to understand, this is a play that France have run repeatedly. The player comes up the lane line, acts like he's going to screen, and then runs to the other side, allowing this right-hand drive. And it's just late rotation from Villiers. Because really, even if he wasn't there, he could have just stayed with his man. I'm not sure Dimanche would have scored. He was taking a tough one. They've bailed him out. They've put him on the free throw line for easy shots when they didn't need to.
Well, that's a great point. We keep talking about the Lithuanian issues, but France have got an opportunity here. If they keep pushing now, they could really give themselves a cushion going into the half, and that's what they should be doing, not taking any foot off of any accelerator. Here's Villiers. Nice pass inside. Venskis kicks wide open from the corner for three, and it's just, there's a lid on it. Great work again. Venskis goes up and he's fouled, and you cannot say enough good things about him today. He has worked so hard on the glass. Erikas Venskis goes to the free throw line again. He just has to make shots.
It's been sensational here. That's that. It's 5 points, 10 rebounds for him.
Again, just cannot get the free throws to drop when they need them. Shapaz has been effective. He's been very effective. Get it to the corner. So this pulls up just inside the three-point line. Always worry about that shot. You take a couple of dribbles and you get just inside the three-point line. It's one of the lowest percentage shots in the game.
Sideline possession for Lithuania. Important 2 minutes. It really is, we keep saying it. Venskis has been the catalyst. They go to him once more. They'd love a Villiers three or some sort of three here.
Any score would help, but they're going to go back court on that. Even though France generated that turnover, I do think that Lithuania tipped it to themselves. You've got to say, it's been 11 for a while, and France have had opportunities. And it's not as if Lithuania have stopped them. France just not looking to hammer home this advantage they have. Dimanche has it. Puts it on the floor, looks to turn the corner, gets to the elbow, inside for the easy two. And that is just going to break the heart of that Lithuanian bench.
It's such a breakdown. You can't let the man come off. Watch, look. No one in front of him whatsoever. A little fake, yes, but nothing more than that.
Venskis in traffic, doesn't get the drop. He's having to work so hard for everything. And it's just going from bad to worse for Lithuania here. And yes, they're tied, but as we say, there is no tomorrow for this game.
Lithuania's got to look to move the ball a bit better again. Venskis with a good move, but there's 2 or 3 French guys. They're able to really kind of jam down on him now, know that he's the man that's trying to make the play. They have to keep the defense honest, and they can do that by making the ball go in and out, you know, getting it into Venskis, having him kick it out, see if they can get a three going. They're going to use this 2-3 zone now. A little bit more further out than it was against the Americans yesterday.
Great pass down low, though. Dobbs goes up, and you just can't get it to drop. And if you haven't got that type of angle, you haven't got yourself balanced, you've still got 11 seconds on the shot, you're going to find ways to get it. Timeout for France. And again, there's no angle. So you're going to make such a tough shot going up there. But kick it out and start again. So with 1:03 to go in the half, France take the timeout, but lead.
An end-line play. Lithuania showed that 2-3 zone before. Are they going to stay in it from the out of bounds? In which case France will probably be able to draw something to get a shot. Or will France predict they go back to man to man?
Short roll.
Well, 1 minute could be a huge momentum swing here if they manage to get a stop and a score. They're winning the rebound battle, but they're winning the rebound battle largely because they're missing a load of shots, because they're getting opportunities on the offensive glass. And normally three, so the floor is spent, and you can, Venskis has almost single-handedly kept them in the game, but their shooting percentages have just dropped through the floor.
I mean, it's insane that they've got 14 offensive rebounds and they're trailing by 13 points.
Dimon puts it on the floor, little head and shoulder, inside out. And Dimon has it with, got to put up the three, strokes it, doesn't get it to drop. Offensive rebound, Jova goes up off the glass. And Lithuania, to say the least, dodge a bullet. Vilic, they regret these opportunities as this game develops. Vilic just about gets it off, but turns it over. And the ball goes off the knee. Matlikis, well, the end of the half looks like the beginning of the half for me. France just a little more active in the passing lanes.
Lithuania just everything on the back foot right now, isn't it? You know, they're picking up the ball against the pressure. They're on the back foot trying to pass. And when you're doing that, then it's going to be turnovers.
You can't give a team you have, well, you pretty much have them on the ropes, the opportunity to walk the floor, tick it over from the free throw line. 36 seconds to go. It's all very well playing pressure, but you've still got to be controlled. You can't give away a holding foul in that situation.
The only thing, just the shooting. You take away the shooting percentages for Lithuania, and in many ways they've outplayed France, but they're 0 for 11 for 3, and now 6 of 13 from the free throw line as well. Just an absolute shocker in shooting the ball, the Lithuanians.
Well, they're just about scraped to 50% from the line, a team that just shoots the ball so well. But in saying all that, they're holding it at 11. A stop here with a chance to get to single digits at the half, and also, more as importantly, get the momentum back. Pass puts it on the floor. Well, there's only 5 on the possession. He's just going to have to put this up. He goes baseline, tries to create, slips out of bounds. And again, France stands still, so they get a foul against them. They turn it over when they've got a chance to get to 16 to 17 points potentially, and really put Lithuania in a hole. Lithuania now with 1 possession, 14 seconds, can get it to single digits at the halfway, and then they can talk about, we can't shoot that badly again in the second half.
Yeah, what an incredible opportunity for Lithuania. France going to foul. Wow.
Shepas just about took his arms away from the ball, and then Lithuania turn it over again. Such a poor pass. Dimonch kicks it, Shepas got to put it up, gets it away, and doesn't get it to drop. And I'm pretty sure Lithuania will take this as dodging the bullet time.
What a final play to sum up this first half, really. Lithuania just pick it up without any need. You know, a limited amount of pressure on them. A terrible execution from them on the offensive end. And France just take the ball away and really should have got a better shot with time running down. Well,
there is the score at the half. France with a 34-23 advantage. And I'd put it largely down to the inability of Lithuania to make shots that you would expect them to make every day of the week. You know, not to shoot the lights out, but just to be reasonable. 0 for 11 and 35% from 2 doesn't make it much better. France still only made 1 3, and at times they settle for that 3, and 50% from the free throw line just kills the Lithuanians. However, they can't be that bad again. They will be better in the second half, and they are still only 11 down. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the second half. Can Lithuania get back on track, close that 11-point lead, and challenge for this bronze medal in the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup bronze medal game? We'll see you for the second half.
World, I've been watching you.
Goodness gracious.
Brazil, Beleza. Spain, you got 1. Is that enough? That's what I thought.
Make
Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France. I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Continues to get the fans.
And all of you, FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, don't this up.
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams.
His eye on some shot drops.
And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece, it's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun? Serbia, still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you got some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, you took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
It's like that.
I've been watching you.
Goodness gracious.
Brazil. Beleza. Spain. You got one. Is that enough? That's what I thought. Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France. I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Continues to get the fans.
And all of you, FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, this up.
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams.
His eye on some shot drops.
And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece, it's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun? Serbia, still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you got some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, we took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
It's like that.
That calls that poor shooting percentage. So France will handle the ball at the start of this second half. 20 minutes away, one of these teams will be a bronze medalist in a world championship, in a basketball World Cup. Here in Heraklion, Crete, Dimanche will get them into the half court. Ayayi will take the ball screen. Hard show, great rotation. Gabadis straight back in. He was so, should we say, timid in the first half, and then just straight up for the two. And that's a great start for Lithuania.
Absolutely. I mean, Ayayi is so good in that first half, but all of a sudden it looked like a different Lithuanian team. I don't remember a play like that in the whole of the first half from them.
Well, they're going to offer the three. They challenge it. It's missed, but they're going to have to get on the glass, and they do. And this is more Lithuania. This is what Lithuanian basketball is all about. Gabadis has it. Now he'll take the ball screen. Great pass to the inside, but it's deflected. Great recognition. And he looks at the crowd and gives them a little bicep pose. And he's ready to play in this second half.
He's got to know he's not trying to pick up his third.
They go to the long side on the inbound. Venskus, who was the man in the first half, inside, outside, the open three. They still can't get it to drop, but the ball will belong to France.
They've got to live with the fact that if they don't make a three, they're going to lose, but they've got to keep taking the right ones. I like the tactic going in, throwing it back out when there's a little bit of a hedge or a help, trying to keep that defense honest, and it's so much easier to shoot the three coming from the inside out. Your feet are set, you're facing the basket.
Ayayi has to pick it up again, and they slow down this French half court into the last 8 seconds. Nice cut, nice pass, nice finish. to an extent, got away with one then. There's a beautiful back cut, but Lithuanian defense retain its discipline. Kuriraitis will get it back to Jokubaitis, who's fouled as he came to collect the ball.
Jolly obviously loves playing against this Lithuanian team. I had a look back. These two teams didn't face each other in Eurobasket, the under-18 championships last year, but this same generation faced off 2016 in the under-16s. And Jolly 17 points, 7 of 13 from the field way back then. So he obviously likes playing against this Lithuanian backcourt.
Nice find, wide open three, Makrikis. Yes, it's there for him, the first one of the game. And the Lithuanian fans in the gym just stand as it drops.
All you need sometimes is the one to drop, and then it's catching.
Yeah, what a drive. He gets there strong, he takes a hit, finishes the play. And now we've got a ball game, 10-point game. Nice pass, beautiful pass. And Ayayi's going to pick up the foul, and he knows it's going to be his fourth?
No, third.
And if he could have the play back again, he would probably say, let him have the two.
Yeah. I mean, he's frustrated. He kind of tried to cheap him from behind. So he's asking to stay, but he's not going to.
It's one of those moments, I think, even at this age, there is a point of asking the player and saying with the player, he's only his third foul. It is always going to be a calculated gamble, but he looks in the game at the minute. The free throw woes, a team shooting only 50% trying to win a bronze medal. Lakis misses the first of the throws. And this will get it back to single digits, and that's such a mental point. When you get back to single digits, you feel like you're in the game.
He's a big culprit at the line, just 1 of 4 now.
And the one just scraped over the front of the ring. Dimanche, they hard show and recover. He goes inside, needs a pass, wraps it. This is where the three is long. Ball's kept alive by Dimanche, just about. Now he has a chance, find the open man, attacks the closeout. It's in inside, will share it. Pass again to the inside, shares it back. And Narcisse gets to the inside. He's gonna have to take a tough one. Gets away with a little fumble and a walk. And Lithuania get the 24-second violation, but they had it, so they're gonna let them carry on. Linskus has it knocked away. Dimanche just picked his pocket. Was a 2-on-1, now a 3-on-2 break. Dimanche gets away with a walk, but misses the layup. And the man who's probably been the most consistent performer in these quarters and semis, Jovo, gets the two. And there's just not as much pressure as there was at the beginning of the game on the ball. Hence, Jokubaitis is able to pick the pass he wants. And then they settle for what can only be described as a poor foul.
Kind of reading the rotation a bit better now than they did early in the game. I still think that Lithuania could do a slightly better job of moving people around, put them in the right spots, knowing the way France is going to guard that middle third ball screen to free up some more of these three-point threats.
Quick post up on the out of bounds. Just off the glass for two. Strong finish. He's made his three. Now he's going to work around the ring.
And yesterday, Batiste was so good at protecting the ring. He got that huge block late on against Omar Ballo, going for a dunk. That time, though, he just got pushed out of the way.
He's nowhere to go. Has to drop it into Jovo, who sets the ball screen, but not really. Rotation, they leave him with the long two, and it just about hits the backside of the ring, and they're going to say that was a violation. And I think they're right. It did scrape the ring. It's just whether or not it scraped the ring. And it's all very well the official to say, sit down, but there are if they thought they caught it before he released the ball, then fine. But it did scrape the front of the ring. And anyway, the referee's made the call, so we're back live. 9-point game. Lithuania just grinding their way back into this. Jokubaitis inside, kicks. The open three is short and goes over the back. Looks like he's shooting the ball in sunlight with the time of day we're playing the game in that corner.
It's another good shot from Lithuania, though. Good pass, ball a touch to Payne, in rhythm. Alaskis is a decent enough shooter. But like we said yesterday, if you're not going to make shots, you're not going to win. That's the bottom line for Lithuania. They've got to knock them down when they count.
Dimanche will get the pass to Shabas, who lifts. Gets away with a little reach, gets away with a little bump. They double team on the baseline, they throw it back out. The long three is short. There's a push, and that'll be his full foul, right?
Yeah, and it's the right call. I mean, he puts his hands to his face, but if you see a replay on our angle, absolutely. 2 hands in the back, just pushed his man out of the way. And it's a silly foul for Jokubaitis to commit at this stage in the game. Got through another minute or so, he probably would have come out for a couple of minutes, and then, you know, going into the fourth quarter with 3 fouls, you're good. You can play without fear. Now, you know, he's picked up that fourth. He's going to have to sit at least for 5 minutes here, probably a bit at the start of the fourth as well. Well,
Villiers checks in, and we've been saying how good he's been. He's now going to be good with responsibility. Just looks inside, they just about get it in there. Yola goes to the baseline, goes with a tough turnaround, which is short. And somehow Baptiste gets it. He was 1 on 3 on the glass.
But the thing is, he had the position. They went to double team the low post, and I don't think they needed to. Lithuania, it wasn't a bad matchup for them. They double, and what it meant was Baptiste could get that position in order to rebound.
Mid-range jump shot is good.
That's automatic for Venskis.
Just left your man. No need to go down and double out there. Play the guy 1-on-1. Monch has his pocket picked, but recovers, goes inside, needs a pass. Chopaz lines up the 3, is no good. And the French 3-point shooting is, and Lithuania is poor, both teams from beyond the arc. Ulis wide open for 3, is short. Alaukis had inside position, but couldn't bring it down. Well, that's great effort, although I feel Dimanche was a little harshly treated on that one. Let's take a look. Here's Dimanche on the drive. Just bumped into him. That meant the ball was lost, and then they called Dimanche for the foul. And that puts France into the penalty with 4.5 to go. It's just a little. Typical is too hard a word because it's not typical of French basketball. But with this particular group, they seem. We talked about the USA yesterday, like being relentless. That's one thing you can't accuse this team of being. No,
absolutely not. And now look at the lineup they've gone. As Dimanche goes to the bench, as does Dosoyuvo. And now the lineup on the floor hasn't had anyone really score too much here in this game for them. Highest. Chopaz 6, Baptiste 4, Nyasi 2. No one else has scored. 2 scoreless guys out there. So somebody's going to have to, you know, change the way they've played so far in this one. Give them something different. No,
Leopold just was. Firstly, he was completely unaware of what was around him because the baseline guy came from a long way away to knock it away. And then in his frustration, he's going to foul, and that means we're going to walk the floor. And. Klaudas Metrikis will step to the free throw line. Chance to continue to eat away at this lead. This would make it a 7-point game with a long time left in the third, and France already in the penalty. Just makes the first. Even that one thought about it before it dropped. Makes the second. So the momentum continues to build. And Rodriguez gets to double figures. And they're going to take the risk, if that's what it is, the calculated risk of Ayayi coming back.
Well, they need him, like we said. That you know, that 5 on the floor just doesn't have enough scoring.
Romero breaks the defense down, needs a pass. Baptiste will hand off. Passes had a nice game, and there's the offensive foul.
What did we say earlier? All those words we used to describe France, the aggression, you know, the way they took the game to Lithuania, the way they were on the front foot. Just so surprising when they came out. But now, this is the team that we saw yesterday. It's stagnant. It's everybody looking around. They're not playing with a purpose. They're losing this quarter 12-8. You know, it's by far their lowest scoring quarter so far.
And that's without Lithuania really lighting it up yet.
No, they're still not yet, and you feel they're going to start to make some of these threes.
Well, they thought they had one then, but they decided to move the ball. Shot clock at 5. They step back for 3, and they drop that one. They've had open look after open look, and Romanowskis had to dribble it back, step back, take a tough one, and he drops the 3, and we've got a 4-point game. Ayayi penetrates, kick, Chopaz goes baseline, attacks the closeout, drops it inside, and there's going to be a travel, and France begin again this second guessing. Well, I suppose there's a phrase that often is used in these sort of sports moments, you know, teams under pressure will revert to the most common behaviors, and that's almost what this group is doing.
What they don't really have is, you know, anyone on the inside as a scoring threat. Even Dosoyevo
Lithuania will get out of jail on that one.
Yeah, even Dosoyevo is a man who likes to sort of operate more towards the perimeter, more the mid-range than down in the basket. And this is where they could do with, you know, just an easy 2, something they don't have to work for too much. The one way of getting it, as Baptiste just nearly showed us, that's why I hesitated, is on that defensive end. If they can get a steal and something in transition, that will help as well, just to get this scoreboard ticking again.
Well, here comes Romanowskis with just a 10-second shot clock right now. He attacks it, gets in the lane, little floater for 2 is a little too easy. Timeout France, that'll be their second one. This will be their timeout in this quarter. And it's now a 2-point game, and the well has dried up for France. They are literally struggling to get anything going at the offensive end. And I'll take this point that you sort of initiated there, Lloyd, that their defense is not generating anything. It's now passive at both ends of the floor. The last layup just sums it up.
Yeah.
World, I've been watching you.
Goodness gracious.
Brazil, Berlin, Spain. You got 1. Is that enough? That's what I thought. Oh! Okay, Australia. I can feel your passion all the way from here. Yo, France, I know you want it. You just love giving everybody a hard time now, don't you? Ni hao, China. You show me love. Now show me some game.
Continues to get the fans.
And all of you, FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it. USA, don't this up.
11 and 2 from 16. Neither team looks like they know how to shoot the 3, let alone make a 3. But we know that's not true in both cases. Lithuania is still staying with that style of game. And they are just doing a phenomenal job. Now only a 2-point, and Robinho, I think he gets very, very fortunate on that one. I think there was a foul, but he was very indecisive around the halfway line. Vinicius is going to peel himself off the floor. Let's take a look. He's got his hand in his back. It's going to be a foul, whatever way you look at it. But Robinho was like leaving the floor to make the pass, and it wasn't really a pass to make, so.
I mean, it's a bad decision in the end to commit the foul for Villiers.
Yeah, he wants, but they're going to go and really guard him hard now. Robinho through the lane almost drops that one as well. Somehow, that's the only way I can describe that play. Somehow they get the 2. And no idea how they got the 2 on that play.
Who's come in for the first time. We've not seen him hardly at all in these last few days, but maybe he can give them that inside scoring.
Rodriguez for 3 is short. He just can't. I know he made 1, but he just cannot get that rhythm going. He is the man that you'd expect to knock it down. Foul on the rebound situation is the 3rd team foul for Lithuania. Bauskis picks up foul number 1. And the man who's gone quiet in terms of points production in this second half, Venskus sits. It's almost they've forgotten him on the inside.
Yeah.
Well, here come France again. Lobino will advance the basketball. Ayayi will pick it up early this time. Turns down the screen, gets to the middle, puts the pass. And they just wait and wait and wait. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with France. Narcisse just had a layup. Why did he wait?
Yeah, well, he saw the little fake. He had a big hand in his back. I was surprised it wasn't called as a foul, but nothing that should have really put him off from not scoring, yeah.
It's almost like the defender, Bauskas, did a good job not to land on him, but France will go to the free throw line right now. And there's a lot of people who make a lot of money out of studying the body language of teams, etc. The French body language at the moment is not anywhere near where they were in that first quarter. First quarter, they were as good as we think they can be. And now they're almost showing us how bad they were yesterday. They haven't pressed for a long time, Lloyd.
It's just about being the aggressor, isn't it? They haven't put Lithuania on that back foot again, and that's what's allowed Lithuania into this game. That first quarter, Lithuania just didn't seem to know. They were almost shocked to what they were able to get and what they were doing on the offensive end. Don't forget, Jokubaitis is on the bench for Lithuania. He's such a key for their offense. We were asking about where the French scoring is going to come from, but they haven't lost anything without him there.
Just too easy down the lane. The left-hand layup is good, and the defense just almost opened up for him.
I mean, Akamundo tried to be really aggressive and come out and trap the ball screen, but too aggressive, and Lithuania used it against him.
Robinell again. Seems to be able to control him at the point. He's going to turn around, turn down a very short wide-open jump shot for Ayi to throw it up from deep and hit nothing. And I think that play sums up where we are here with this French team. Robinell gets to 6-7 feet from the basket. They leave him alone as we see the replay of the really nice finish with the left hand. And they throw it to Ayayi, and he's 6 feet, 2 meters outside the three-point line and throws an air ball. The good and the bad of this French group. Ramanauskas has actually done a really nice job since he's taken over point guard responsibilities. Tsikas is going to be fouled, and they're going to go to the free throw line, and it's two free throws that could bring them within a point.
Well, you just referred to the body language. It's just a look at the two benches right now. Every play, almost all of the Lithuania benches up. They're excited, they're clapping, they're getting after their team. They're so engaged, even though when they're off the floor. Whereas you look at the French team, and the body language is just so completely different. There's nothing to cheer for them. There's nothing to get, supportive about.
First of the free throws is good. 2-point game. And Lithuania they haven't come on a big comeback. It's taken the whole quarter, and they've just worked their way back into this. And they now trail by 1 with a minute to go in the third. Dimanche will advance the basketball. Baptiste, who also looks a little bit off where he was yesterday. As always, plays with the energy he's played with. Trying to spend some time with it. Baptiste penetrates and is fouled, and Lithuania do what France have just bailed out the offense with a poor foul. Baptiste will go to the free throw line.
It's a cheap foul, wasn't it? Just keep your hands off him. Rotation was pretty good from the weak side.
An interesting point to pick up if there was the opportunity to pick it up with, they were out so quickly. Was it like we're doing all right, just maintain it? Because you're playing Lithuania. This Lithuanian team is going to come back. Maybe reinforce some of the things you said before the start of the game. 46-44. The French fans have got that same look and feel as well. Like, hang on, we've just got to hang on. We might get the win, we've got to hang on. Not a positive way to look at it. 2 from 2 from the line, and Baptiste, hopefully that'll get him going. He's going to sit right now. And he's replaced by Evtimov.
Baptiste has gone out for the fouls. He's got 3 of them. Wanting to pick up one in this last minute here.
Manauskas into the half court. Jaron Bauskas goes inside. Chase is fouled. And, okay, you can say there's some naive fouls, but the recognition of situation and the understanding of a basketball game. Lithuanians just grow up with it. In the penalty, they've been on the free throw line so many times.
As you said, that basketball IQ, just so many times yesterday. We even talked about the switching defense of the Americans, the instant recognition from Lithuania to get to the action that can then give them that advantage, that head start.
Gigas makes it a 1-point game. Substitution, Alauskas will come in. Often comes in from a defensive perspective. When Alauskas sits down, he's done a nice job. Last 30 seconds of the third quarter, and the bronze medal game looks like it's going to become a one-quarter shootout. West penetrates, pushes, dumps it off. This gets into two-point range with a floater for two, and just drops it nicely.
Yeah, really tough finish, made it look easy. Impressive play from him. He hasn't had a big game yet, though.
Ball is taken over by Jarabauskas. Another whistle. Called offensive.
Didn't see it from our angle. I
No,
think he grabbed his arm, though.
We're on the wrong side of that picture. Yeah, he's holding his arm and holding him off. It's just, well, let's just say, not the smartest thing in the world. Penetration and kick. This is who made the last two, takes the three and doesn't strike anything. Ball hits the baseline, but that will be the end of the third quarter. And Lithuania down at the half have just worked their way back into this one. At the end of three, they trail 49-46. But they are the team with momentum right now.
World, I'm Dirk, and this is my man, Son of Dreams.
His eye on some shot drops.
And that's what it takes to compete in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Do you have it? Hey, Greece, it's time for the freak. Hey, Argentina, where's that young gun?
And one.
Serbia,
Bogdanovic.
still outsmarting your opponents? Japan, you got some tricks up your sleeves, huh? Lions, you took on Africa, but are you ready for the world? This competition is not a place to sit back and watch. It's time to prove the world's got game. Hit it, son. Stell dir mal vor, Deutschland macht's.
It's like that.
They're not a bad team, but, you know, for both teams, whatever reason, they're both struggling from distance here today. But I think the thing about this now mentally, as we've continued to talk, the psychological battle for Lithuania, they'll almost be disappointed they're not leading after the way they played in that third quarter. But they've just got to remember, you know, it's 23-15 in that third quarter in their favour. So if they can just continue to play the way they did, you know, this 3-point lead is nothing for them.
Start of the fourth. 10 minutes away from a bronze medal for one of these two groups. And it's too tight to call right now. You'd love to see France get down and play some defense at the beginning of this fourth. Slikis hands it off and finds himself open on the three-point line. His teammates were up and one.
So often the fourth quarter, this is where the tiredness just goes. You know, the tiredness you felt for 3 quarters of the last day of a very long tournament evaporates, because this is what it's about. 10 minutes, nothing else for a medal.
Well, it's first play of the quarter. Baseline penetration when I think everybody on that Lithuanian bench thought he would take the three. Draws the contact, chance to tie the game for the first time in a very, very long time for Lithuania. Almost over the hump of that French lead that was set in the first quarter. And he blows the free throw. And they still can't get it going from either the free throw or the three-point line. Pass, needs a pass, finds one. Guillaume goes high, Iai looks inside with the pass, nice touch. Ball will come off Lithuania, 4.6 on the possession. France on the end line, and it was pretty. I'm not sure it was decisive. Well, he chose to pass, and I'm not sure you should have just taken the elbow jump shot. Just about get it in. Your pass comes off, takes the long two, and hits nothing. And Lithuania with a chance to run. And Dimos shows you and frustrates you even more because he could play that quickly defensively anytime down the floor he wants. Tremendous effort defensively, back out to a 3-point game.
A rare opportunity that was for France to create something with their defense. We haven't seen it happen basically outside of that first quarter.
Puts it on the floor, goes to the far side of the ring. A little hang time for two is no good. And the unsportsmanlike foul is called. I'm going to replay that because this is just crazy. Why? Have absolutely no chance to steal the pass. Absolutely no chance to do anything apart from foul. And it's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. So after working your way all the way back into the game, having a free throw to tie it, France will get 2 in possession. They lead by 3. And in a matter of seconds, your good work could be undone by just a moment of just not thinking.
Yeah, it's just the reaction, isn't it? They've been so trained these last few years to just commit that foul, stop the break, but just wasn't a heady play at all at such a crucial moment in this game.
Ayayi only takes one of the 2. It's a 4-point game with a French possession. Spiders checks in. It's going to be. He's got to go to game. He can't foul out here if Lithuania want a bronze. Big step, second step, puts up the runner. He's no good, and they ran nothing again. France.
Dimos has played well. It's been one of his better games that we've seen here in Heraklion.
Jacobaitis needs to pass, and that's like the French in the first. Big, quick double team rotation away from the ball. So good.
Well, they got Jacobaitis on his heels going away from the basket. They come so close to the halfway line. The pass was too long, and then look at that back cut as well. That back-to-back possession for France absolutely is what we saw first quarter. We said the defense got the offense going backwards, and then they were the aggressor, movement away from the ball rather than just one-on-one dribble with everyone standing and watching. And I said, I think this has been one of the better games, certainly that we've seen here, but from Dimos for France.
Plays are aggressive. All those plays are, hey, we're back in the first quarter again. Why can they just not be relentless?
T'attends de faire passer et après tu pars, d'accord? Passe, Noël, bon shoot. Et derrière.
Well, rebound-wise, it's pretty close now. A lot of offensive rebounds for Lithuania because they've missed so many shots. Both teams taking reasonable care of the basketball. 13 and 12 could be better, but
don't forget Lithuania had 9 at the half, so it shows you they cut down a little in that third quarter, not surprisingly, when they were doing well. But then here in the fourth quarter, they've already picked up, I think it's 2 turnovers in this fourth.
in the half court. Gigas gets his feet set, he still can't buy one. It's just one of those nights, and that's a blocking foul. And again, challenge a shot, rebound and push. Good things happen for France.
Lithuania, that was their designed play. They run it to get the three, couldn't make it, and then the rebound, it literally was right there to be had for Lithuania and just bounced clear. And the Ayayi is going the other way. Important little minute or so for France if they can continue to push this lead here.
The Ayayi again will get the handoff, stops, pops drops the long two. Noble just about gets it. Turns it over though.
Tried to save it off the legs of the Lithuanian defenders, but it didn't go out of bounds in his favour.
Just about missed the double team. Wide open three. Cannot get it to drop. And lots of you might be thinking, why take that? But that's Lithuanian basketball. They could have had the option on the inside, but the cut was never there. Yeah, down the middle. And one.
That's a poor breakdown from Lithuania. You know, Ayayi's cut is not to get that drive. Ayayi's cut's just to catch the ball, and then they're going to come set the ball screen. And look at how much room he's got down the middle. You know, nobody really gets in front of him until right at the point of the basket. And this is such a cheap foul. You know, that's lazy defense from Jaromelskas to try and get back into the play.
Well, it really does look like the first quarter, because that's how Lithuania came out in this game. Slow defensively, under pressure. The other way, France have opened out to a 9-point lead. Lithuania can't let this get any bigger. Great look, should be an easy two. What a play! And we've talked about Yovo so much, he just never quit on the play. France run, but they stop, and you're going, please keep pushing. You're gonna run it in the half court. Yayi comes off the screen. Backs it out, likes his matchup. Gets to the middle, stops. Tough little floater off the glass is no good. But that man again off the glass, can't get it to drop. Yovo, he's just everywhere. But I think France again missed another opportunity to really hammer home what's becoming a big advantage. Felicis fouled. 6 to go, Lloyd. You're up 9. You've got an opportunity to run it and really attack it.
Yeah, but look at that defense. So Yovo hasn't been a big scorer today, just 4 points, but what an impact there. They had a big block yesterday from the man Baptiste, who's coming in to replace him now. So Yovo steps up. Why would he go out? He's only got 1 foul. And he's got a huge play for them defensively.
Well, he's the guy with the most energy.
He's got 10 rebounds for you.
Open three, dropped, and they so needed that. Ramanauskas just lifts the whole of that Lithuanian bench back to a 6-point game. Just 2 possessions, long time left. Still just under 6. Ayayi, but Lithuania now faced with coming back again. France get into a slow down half-court game. A long time left. Ayayi hesitates. In the lane for 2 is tough and good.
He got the switch, just waited. He wanted the one-on-one before in that sort of second quarter return for Lithuania. They turned that one over, you know, crowded out, made him be a passer.
Open three is off. Just didn't get straight on it. I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt his ankle as he came down as Vilis.
Really good box out from France. You know, no one from Lithuania in the paint.
Ayayi will reverse it. France reverse it without any pressure. Lithuania offer him the 3. Ayayi had one. Oh, nice pass. Great block though by Venskis. The foul on the play. Venskis can look at the rest of the team and go, where were you? I came up with the block. Where were you on the loose ball?
Look at pass, Ayayi. Look at that.
They almost going up, but the only person on the move was that man Baptiste again. He may not be having his best game, but he's always active.
He was sensational yesterday, Kenny Baptiste. 14 points, 6 from 11 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals, and a really big all-round game. As we said, not quite that good here today. Still making plays when he needs. 7 points, 4 rebounds. 3 of 3 from the line, importantly as well. Oh, sorry, 4 of 4.
So France trying to extend that defense again. Little double team, inside out, wide open 3. He's just got to drop, and does. Ramanauskas. The second 3, pretty much back-to-back for him.
You're going to double team the low post with Venskis. You can't let him split between you. You have to make sure he goes backwards. It's the same as the pick and roll defense.
Well, Lithuania are going to just ask France to make jump shots here. Back to the 2-3 zone. Baptiste thinks about it, down to 5. He's way outside here with under 5 to go. He's going to have to take a prayer, which is way off, and no one in a blue vest worked to get to the glass. Everybody got further away from the hoop. And you've got to think they may need a timeout to address that. Little back cut, ball's knocked away. Willis opens it out. Wide open for 3 again, and back-to-back threes. At some point they were going to drop. And this French team continue to frustrate as they back down to just a 4-point lead on the back of yet another wide open 3 in the last minute or so.
Well, they're trying to be super aggressive, France, continually on this ball screen, but you know, I would ask the question, they brought Baptiste in, why wouldn't they switch ball screens now? Because Lithuania are exploiting the fact that they're being trapped. They're passing out quickly across the floor, and then they've got a 2-on-1 somewhere. Or on that occasion, it was designed to pick and pop with Madrikas, you know, knowing how well he could shoot the ball, even though he hasn't made it today. They ran the play knowing that, you know, Madrikas is going to get open here. We'll draw this double team towards it. If we get him at the ball, he will knock down this shot.
So it comes down to a 4-minute shootout for this bronze medal. Lithuania finally have got the 3 to drop. But more worryingly is that they show the zone and France put 5 guys almost on the perimeter.
I mean, with that lineup for France, I think, you know, guard Yayi, he's going to try and take the 3 and make sure you guard him with multiple people. Force one of the others to make it from the outside. That doesn't, you know, mean that Chopas and Dimanche can't make the 3, but between them, 1 of 7 right now. Looking at a couple of changes, they've gone bigger. So Baptiste and Jovo in together. So you've got to make sure you rebound if they do shoot from the outside.
Inside out. Yayi for 3, just drops it. Yeah,
there's too much room for him.
Yeah, absolutely. They just weren't expecting him to shoot the ball. And if in that French timeout, they said if you open, shoot it in rhythm, exactly the right thing to say and exactly the right thing to do. Ramanauskas gets called, turnover, and a turnover straight back.
Just about to say, what a response out of the timeout from France. Really good, the execution, offensively and defensively, for them to just throw it out of bounds.
3:30 to go. It's back out to a 7-point game, and Lithuania just haven't managed to get over the hump. Substitution. Gerolaitis will check back in. Vilis in the backcourt will pick this one up and push. He's got to dig deep now. End of a tournament, bronze medal on the line. Release. Will take the ball screen. They're going to chase him. Needs a pass. Finds a pass, and the ball knocked away. And in many ways, you'd almost expect and want Madrikas to shoot that because the rotating defense was there for Venskus. 8 seconds on the possession.
Need a spark. Lithuania 3, something to get them going here.
Just about get it into Venskus. 6, 5 on the possession. Venskus is going to have to take the 2. Drops it. Beautiful.
Looks for everybody else, but perhaps you should have just shot it on the first one. He's so good in that mid-range.
Still the 2-free zone. Still the 5-point advantage. They need a stop. And then France go back to just passing it around. Not looking to go inside. It's Yayi. He's going to get it. Lines up the 3s. A step further out this time. And comes up with nothing. There's a foul on the play. And they just are refusing to lose this, Lithuania.
There's no Yorkibaitis on the floor. I would have thought he comes in for Gudaitis right now. You know, have him off the ball a little, or have him with Vilius, who's such a good 3-point shooter, but hasn't really had the space because he's the one who's been having to come off the ball screen. Yeah, let Yorkibaitis handle it and then free Vilius up.
He's decided to stay with Ramanauskas. He has made some 3s, but your man is sitting on the bench to the corner. Attack that closeout, kick it, wide open three is way short. Just didn't move enough, didn't get enough separation because Baptiste, as we did yesterday, he's just that bit quicker. Ventus comes out.
I'm going to go back man to man.
So he doesn't think they've got enough time to sit in the zone and let them pass it around.
You've got the one miss out of Ayayi. Probably thinks that's enough.
Chapas wants a ball screen. They switch it. Chapas penetrates down the lane with the right hand and cannot complete it. That's a great effort on the glass by Mitlis. Willis beats the pressure, breaks down the floor. Mitlis is wide open, doesn't shoot it, spins, goes up with the right hand, gets the two.
Beautiful move. Well, he hasn't shot it well, but he's been good at getting to the ring, turning it down. When he has decided not to shoot the open ones, he's always got better.
3-point game. France again in protection of what they've got mode. Ayayi has it. They go to the corner, Baptiste, just go straight back to him, not even a threat. Now there's only 5 on the possession and they've gone nowhere. Baptiste with a 3 is short and Lithuania get another box out. And Vilis with 1:23 to go, chance to tie it. Triss is going up. Oh, he gets fouled and it doesn't drop.
Again, it's that, suck the trap, pick and pop for Matrikis. Defense rotated all the way over. It's a foul on Ayayi. He's got 4 now. And again, a great work from the sideline from Lithuania. We wondered why Urbinavičius comes in, but now you see he's the man who can switch the ball screens. So just that little subtle change.
They missed the free throw, Lloyd. Again. They are shooting so poorly from the free throw line.
14 of 23.
Makes the second. So we have a 2-point game. And France again just come down the floor looking at, oh, what are they doing? Not, let's run our stuff. Let's be the aggressor. And they're going to get deep on the shot clock again and end up taking something they don't really want. Chapas has it. Down to 6 on the possession. They're at the halfway line. Chapas attacks it on the dribble. Gets away with a little stumble, but gets the 2. What a finish. Willis comes off the screen, slices through, drops it to the corner. Ramanauskas for 3, he's good! Ramanauskas makes his 3rd 3 of the second half. And we've got a 1-point game. 36 seconds left in a bronze medal playoff. Neither team in the penalty. And Ayayi gets it, but he's on the halfway line again with 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's just going to put up a big 3. Oh, he makes it! Talk about bravery and responsibility. Having missed a really poor one the time before, he believes he can make the shot as we get a replay of the 3 that made it a 1-point game. And with 21 seconds to go, and with this 3, Ayayi may well have secured a bronze medal for France, but 21 seconds is an eternity.
Oh, it's still a very long time to go. The question for Lithuania, do you...
Well, Lithuania with the timeout, that's the question they've got to ask themselves. 3 on 2. It's almost one of those scenarios you say, let's take the first good one we get, but it's got to be quick.
Garde le ballon.
Free throw shooting for
Ils vont
France.
faire
They've
faute.
done a really good job. 14 for 19. 5 out there. Ayayi 3 of 4. Baptiste 4. Pass 3 of 5. Dimanche 3 of 4. Also, Yovo hasn't gone to the line yet, but he's traditionally a pretty good free throw shooter. Actually going to go really small now. Coming in Jax Ayum instead. Perhaps try and look to switch a lot here, France.
Vilis will inbound. Lithuania on the wrong end of a 4-point margin. 21 seconds left in the bronze medal game. Just about beat the 5 count. Vilis penetrates, going for the quick 2. Tough move off the glass. The ball's bouncing around. Who's coming up with it? Somehow the French get it. And there's a foul as Baptiste had it. And Vilis is looking to say, well, what did I hit?
I think Vilis took the wrong option on the drive. As hard as it was, that tough layup. Let's have a look. Might have been a harsh call, but the tough layup he took, he had the man open for 3 in the corner. At this stage of the game, it might have been the option.
Well, Baptiste with a chance to, well, it will still be, makes both it still a 2-possession game. It's a 2-possession game right now.
4 of 4 from the line today, Baptiste.
It becomes a 2 3-point game. He makes the first. Lithuania do have a time. They will take it, I'm assuming they will. And that will have to be a 3, steal and a 3 if he makes this. Strokes it. It goes 2 for 2 from the line, and France, I think the phrase look like they're going to hang on here, but they lead it 71-65. Lithuania take the timeout. They have one last throw of the dice to see if they can take this to overtime.
They'll advance the ball, they have to go immediate 3, 5 seconds, foul, something immediately, and then go 3 again. The problem is they're now out of timeouts. So they can draw something here, but for the next one, they may have to discuss it in this timeout, in this 1 minute here. France know all they have to do really, not turn it over, and probably make one free throw, and that's going to be enough.
So on the sideline, 9.6 seconds left. Lithuania trying to come up with a miracle here. If there's a basketball country that believes they can get a miracle, it's them. Nice flare back to the 3. Why not shoot the first one? They take the second one and they make it. And only 3 ticks come off the clock. They get it in. Ayayi's fouled.
Lovely execution. They faked the screen to the corner, the pass over the top for that intentional shooter coming off the screen. So the defense expected that lob pass, but not for that man. You know, really, really well designed play. Good decoy. But you know, they're sending Ayayi to the line. 3 of 4 tonight. 31 points he has.
Well, has he got those ice in his veins that he told the crowd he had? Looks like it. Makes the first. There's no timeout now left for Lithuania, and that makes it tough to go to the floor in 5.9 seconds. It's a 4-point game. It's a 2-possession game. And the Ayayi is going to try and make it even tougher with this. He makes the second. Got to get going, got to get it quick. Romanowskis gets to the 3-point line, fires it up, doesn't get the drop. And France have held on. They started superbly. They withstood a comeback by Lithuania, and they are the bronze medalists in the FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup in 2019 here in Crete.
Congratulations to France for the bronze medal.
Well, I think the word hung on, Lloyd, sums it up for me. They really just did tough out the last few minutes. And Ayayi with a 3 and the 3 throws. Maybe he has got the ice in the veins.
Yeah, well, he had to make the free throws after he'd said that, didn't he? But, you know, off the back of a really impressive performance from him, 33 points personal to lead the way for France. When they were challenged, they did step up today. You know, they had that answer. They gutted out a very impressive win to cap off a really good tournament for France. Congratulations to them.
Absolutely, congratulations to France and congratulations to Lithuania too. They came here as one of the most under-fancied European teams, came up with a big win over Serbia, got themselves into a medal game, just came up short. Great championship for them, great championship for France, and they'll be back after the final to be involved in that medal ceremony. So Lithuania thanking their fans who've made the trip here. And France, well, for all the things that you get frustrated with them, they could be so good, they are so good. And it's just, can they do that on a relentlessly on this stage? But the bottom line is, they are the bronze medalists, they are the team that will leave the beautiful island of Crete with a medal. And they are the team that will be on the podium at the medal ceremony. Absolute tremendous performance by Ayayi. And Jovo again chipped in, as he has done the whole tournament, with a double-digit rebound performance. And France, they get chipped in contributions. Dimanche was great for a period, but as you said, Lloyd, Ayayi with 33 points, 7 boards and assist, just led his team to a bronze medal. Well, there is confirmation. The bronze medalists in the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup in 2019 are France, with a 73-68 win over Lithuania. Statistically, 26% for Lithuania. Ultimately, Lloyd, that's the thing that was their undoing, right? That's their game, they just didn't make enough shots.
Yeah, second half they did, but if they'd just made a few in that first half when they went 0 for 11, how that would have helped them.
Well, everything else, apart from the 16 assists from Lithuania, they can share the ball. It purely came down to Lithuania not making enough of the shots that they wanted, the shots that could have given them the bronze medal. France did. They get the bronze medal. We'll be back later on for a tremendous final that really does whet the appetite for all sorts of reasons, as Mali, who beat France in the semi-final, will take on the United States of America, who downed Lithuania to make the trip to the gold medal game. So for the moment, from Crete, from the Heraklion Arena, as you get a look at the top scorers, and that's the number. Ayayi with 33 points, got some support. Baptiste again chipped in. But for the moment, from here in Crete, we're going to take a break. We'll be back for the gold medal game between the United States of America and Mali. We'll see you then. Bye for now.